In mechanical detailing, you often need to show both a fully developed solid and a cutaway solid for dimensioning and sectioning purposes. Since you can apply a full or partial revolution to a profile, you can easily accommodate both of these requirements. Let's try this trolley wheel exercise. Now, as you can see, we have a trolley wheel in full 360-degree revolution. We'll also want to draw another one with a partial revolution. So the profile you're going to use is visible in the front view. This is the profile, and you'll find the details for this in your current working file, which is the extrusionsexercises.pdf. So I want you to draw that profile first in the front view, make 2 copies of it in the isometric view, and then come back to the video and we'll continue with the exercise. Okay, having done that, now we can start with the rotations. So, Solid Bi-Revolution tool is active. I need an angle of 360 for the full revolution, and this time I'm going to use screen Z as the axis because I'm going to work in the right side view. Now that's this profile for the left side in the isometric. So this is the profile I'm going to work with. So let's follow the tool, select the profile. So I'm going to go to the bottom corner and data point. Immediately I see the full 360 revolution, but of course there is no hole in the center of the wheel because it's at the same point. So if I drag downwards, you'll see the center hole changing size, which is exactly what I want. I need a dimension of 3/4 of an inch or 20 millimeters. So to get that exactly right, I need to put the compass at that point. So leave it there. Let's put the compass there. So F11 and O, my compass is in place. Now I drag downwards and enter my dimension, which is in my case 3/4 of an inch, so 0.75, since I'm working in inch units again, and data point. And now I have my full revolution with the correct sized central hole. Now this is fairly easy to do in the right side view since it's all done in view orientation. A little more difficult in the isometric view, so let's try that. I'm going to maximize isometric view. And let's work on the second profile. And this time I want a 270-degree revolution. So let's change that to 270. That will give me a 90-degree segment which has been removed. And I want the segment, of course, to face me, so I need the segment in that orientation to be removed. So it gets a little tricky as to how this actually works. So let's start the tool again. It's running. We've got 270. I'm going back to points in this case because I don't want to use a screen resolution here at all. And we'll select the profile. I can drag downwards, but I'm going to change the orientation first to the right view. Now the compass is already there, so all I have to do is drag downwards, enter my 0.75. That shows up, of course, as the previous distance marker, so I can simply accept that. But the segment that's been cut is on the wrong side. But that's not a problem. All I have to do is change the axis direction. Now the compass will stay in the same orientation, but I simply move my cursor to this side rather than that side. So if you move the cursor backwards and forwards on the axis of the compass, you'll see the 2 different orientations of the wheel. Do that again very carefully. There we go, data point. Now this is a bit disconcerting, but as soon as you reset to stop the tool, then it reverts back to the proper cut section. So there we have it. I'd like you to do both of those exercises. Excellent practice. But let's try something else too. I'm going to undo that. And this time I'm going back to my full views. And this time let's do this same thing, but in one of the ortho views. So here's my profile. Now if I do it in the right view, I will finish up with the segment on the wrong side again for the isometric view. So what I actually have to do is data point on that, change the orientation of this view to a left view. Everything flips around. And now when I start the tool again, I will now use screen Z again, because the axis is coming out towards me, which is my axis of rotation. We'll select the bottom again. You can see the segment. I want to put the compass there, drag downwards, but we need to return to the view orientation. And my 3/4 again, well, that's still showing up as the previous distance, so I simply accept that and right click. and we have our correct orientation for the missing segment. Now I use the left view because of the orientation of the segment and the orientation of my profile. It takes a little while to understand which way round to do these things. And a little practice is often very necessary indeed before you get exactly what you're looking for. Try it all three ways and experiment with different views as well, just to see how things go.